Yo, okay, that's better. I can actually hear now. Oh my god, I am so sorry, everyone. I tried to start the stream before, and it was absolutely playing up on me. There was no audio coming through in the slightest. So I've gone to a new stream now, and hopefully that will fix it. Actually, I'll get rid of the old one actually while I'm at it. If I can. I'll delete that one. There we go. Okay, and we are live. Come one, come all, nothing but love, nothing but respect. You know what we do, what we done, what we is, what we isn't, and what we is here today. I apologize to anyone that was hanging around the other stream. We're good. We're back. We're here. I'm almost over being sick this week, so I do apologize to anyone that was waiting for some content this week. But my throat was too sore to do anything. I even filmed one video and I couldn't upload it just because my throat was way too munted in it. You could barely hear me and I could barely speak. But now that that's out of the way, we are back. We are good. We are here. We are here. Although that being said, I better check really quickly on the old Twitter. I've just spilt something on a hard drive. There we go. That is better. Alright, I apologize everyone. Today is a little bit of a mess. Normally I'm a lot more organized on this, but I was absolutely under the pump with work, and like I said, I was also terribly, terribly sick this last week, which was a little unfortunate. I'll delete that one. There we go, and we're back. Hopefully I'll see some of yous trickling over from the old stream into this one in the comments in a few sections. But like I said, it's Friday. We're here. Smiles, rainbows, everything is good and jolly, and we're here covering chapter 1067 of One Piece. The chapter's name is Punk Records. As always, if you haven't read the chapter, which I'm assuming all of you have probably read the chapter by now if you're here. But if you haven't, alright, the link to the chapter is in my Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description down below. You click on the link tree, it'll bring down a drop sheet of all my different media, including my Discord. You can click on the Discord, join the Discord, go over to the chapter links in the Discord. Bada bing, bada boom. Any content I do, as always, is down in there for you. So be sure to check that out. Okay? Now that you have, though, alright, we're going to get into this chapter. So, we've got Germ 66's Cold-Blooded Voyage, Volume 24. I forget. Who are you again? Judge vs. Caesar. I call bullshit on that, because with the way Judge is acting, that is definitely not a I forget who are you attitude. So, these guys have got beef! Right? These guys have got mad cow between them. Alright? But, I hope Caesar sticks around with the German, because it'd be an interesting addition to the organization, to say the least. Even though I feel like they're going to be butting heads a lot with, well, I'm smarter than you, I'm the leader, blah, 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 blah. But, interesting to say the least. But, yo, everyone's back and sound, and the island's only slightly munted. Only slightly munted. Let's keep going. A most curious head. What happened to your head? It used to be like a massive light bulb. It was getting a tad... Call that shit. It was getting a tad long, so I cut it. We're not talking about hair here. As I recall, I was almost as tall as a giant when I met you. This man was almost 12 meters of hair, although he's a tall man even without it. How tall Jinbei is? Jinbei's like 2 odd meters, isn't he? Hang on. tall is Jinbei? 3 meters. I mean, this man, as is almost 3 meters tall. So how... A giant's 12 meters at least. A little bit less than that. Let's say 11 meters. 11 meters minus 3 meters. This man had around 8 meters ahead. The head game. We're not talking about hair here. As I recall, it was almost as tall as a giant when I met you. I heard rumors about it being big, but it was like an air balloon. Well, that's because I ate the... Far out. Well, that's because I ate the brain fruit. Ouch. In Japanese, he gets tongue-tied trying to say the name Nomi Nomi Nomi... Nomi Nomi No Mi. Bro, I don't think people get how tall this is. It's like tall. Yo, dude. Giants are big. 12 meters is a big boy. Jinbei is a big boy. Jinbei's fucking bigger than any... Is Jinbei bigger than any human? Hang on. How tall is the tallest human? Two 2.72 meters. 8'11" is the tallest human. Right? Vegapunk and Jinbei are taller than the tallest human as is. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Alright? It's actually nasty. Try to say that again. The Nomi Nomi No Mi. Pardon me, I bit my Pardon me, I bit my tongue. I meant to say I'm a brainy human because I ate the brain fruit. It allows me to memorize an unlimited amount of knowledge and makes my brain grow in size accordingly. Having an unlimited data bank is a handy ability for a born genius like me. Yo! I think I want to say Joy Boy called this. But I cannot remember. You'd be smelling their foot odor from the level you'd be... Look, these are tall boys here. Now I have the largest brain in the world, and it continues to grow! Still? Did you put it somewhere? That's awesome. Have you got tons of medical knowledge too, Dr. Vegapunk? Naturally. Ooh, yeah, they're all going sugoi over Dr. Vegapunk. Does that... Luffy! You're asking the right questions! Does that mean you're dumb now, old guy? Because you cut your brain out? Don't write up a genius, you rascal. See this apple here? It's an antenna. Take a gander at the top of the island. Notice how it says Punk Records under the giant egg. That's the hangar where... Fucking... What?! What?! Punk Records under the giant egg. That's the hangar where I keep my brain. Hang on, so wait. Is that trying to say the top half of the egg? Or is that saying inside that floor somewhere is where he keeps his egg? Because if it's up there... Yo, we saw we saw a 300-meter robot flying up there. This thing is like... 600 meters across. How intelligible is this man? What? Isn't that way too big? There's no harm in me being away from it since my antenna can pick up the brainwaves. You met a little girl earlier who called herself Vegapunk, right? That's one of my Their clones are cold as shit! I knew this man would have been cloning himself. Although he's been tweaking the DNA by the looks of it. That's one of my clones. There are 6 of us on the island. You're a ninja. Yo, that's a Pain reference there. That is actually a Pain reference. Each one is a facet of myself and an expert of their own key field of study. You'd get my full personality if you combine them, but they can get 6 times the work done apart. Each of them connects to punk records. Once a day to synchronize our memories and knowledge. Since their disposition and responsibilities are so different, the wealth of their experience is that much. That is absolutely wild to me. Absolutely wild to me. So we've got all of them here. Although they're out of order. That annoys me. Why does it go 5 and 6 on the outside? 3 and 4 and then 1 and 2. That don't sit well with my, that don't sit well with me. You all share the same brain. I find it difficult to wrap my head around that. Just think of it as sharing the same library. Ooh. If only I could let everyone in the world connect to my brain, all of humanity would have access... All of humanity would have access to my knowledge. Then if the population of the world went on to update punk records themselves, I'd create a sea of information that would surpass what my brain can accomplish alone. Humanity would share one mind. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? He seems like he's about to go a little, like, authoritarian with it. So I'd be able to study medicine from all over the world? Naturally? Woo! But if you let everyone share their conflicted ideologies, wouldn't all that bias lead to trouble? You sure are a sharp one, Knight of the Sea. But science would never progress if you spend all day worrying about stuff like that. Oh my god, we get his laugh style. Why is it so weird? Pepper. Sounds like he's trying to say pepper and stuttering. That's your problem. Ooh, I know what that is. It's a lightsaber. Sorry, laser sword. Copyright pending. That's your problem, VEGAPUNK. You shrug off sacrifices in the name of progress and Bonnie whips out a lightsaber. That's why Dad's been turned into a heartless weapon. Wow, stop it, Bonnie! That beam saber is defective. Give it a rest. I know it cuts well enough. I tested it earlier. Turn my dad back to normal. And we get a little bit of that Bonnie rump. If you even think about saying no, don't be hasty, Bonnie. Killing him would make a lot of enemies. Oh, okay, that's Jinbei saying that. Hit the switch off, Bonnie. That beam attracts a ludicrous number of bugs. What is the bet? She's afraid of bugs. Well, come on, chap. What's the bet? What's the bet that Bonnie doesn't like bugs, being a beautiful woman? Yeah! Yo, they look like they're coming in. Crackle, crackle. Yeah! Hey, check it out, Bonnie. It's a giant stag beetle. This isn't the time for beetles. Look at her. She fainted. Ah, that makes perfect sense. Of course, Bonnie wants me dead. It's ironic that one of my many failures saved me. Speaking of which, you guys were recent... Yo, he's talking about Wano. He's talking about Wano. I'm getting chills here. Speaking of which, you guys were recently in Wano, correct? You wouldn't happen to know whether a dragon just like Kaido really appeared there? Woo! Oh, you're talking about Momo? I suppose he ate the defective fruit I left on Punk Hazard. Defective? What do you mean? That was an artificial devil fruit that I synthesized. I made it after 20 years of researching Kaido's lineage factor. It cost countless resources. But I couldn't get it quite right. Oh, so that's why he's the same as Kaido. But it worked out just fine. He can still spit fire and he's super strong. He's the guardian deity of Wano now. You really made that? Awesome. And his color? Pink. He's a perfectionist, isn't he? I feel like that's something else that a lot of people have called. Drat, you see another monumental failure. What's wrong with that? I get it, he's a genius and a perfectionist. Oh, if this man starts talking about the voice surgery! Let's go! What about this robot? You made it too, right? Old man, make it move. I'm afraid you're mistaken. This is a legendary iron giant that... I'm afraid you're mistaken. This is the legendary iron giant that attacked the Holy Land of Merijoa about 200 years ago? 200 years ago? Yes, but it was built over 900 years ago. Yo, who the fuck was active 200 years ago? What? No way. Its objective remains unknown. I heard it ran out of power before it could cause any casualties. Either way, I'm sure the scientists of the time were absolutely flabbergasted. Such advanced technology would have seemed totally alien to them. None of them could tell where it came from or what it was trying to do. I've recently just been rereading a lot of Law scenes. Yeah, because Law's my favourite character. Leave me alone. One of my favourite characters at this point. I've got to reassess that. This kind of reminds me of a panel from Law and Punk Hazard talking about the world government starting gigantification. Or at least it's laid out very similar. It seems the world government ordered its destruction, but the scientists of the time couldn't help their curiosity. That's why they hid it here, to be passed down, without the government's knowledge. Good job on finding this place. From the town, the entrance should look like a wall. We just stumbled here since we were old and sick. Since we were old and senile. Yeah, we... What the shit? Yeah, we were plain old lost. Oh, that's a shame. 200 years ago, that's around the time the fishmen rights movement started to gain ground. So they're watching them down there interact with Luffy in that. So you're saying that robot climbed the red line? Most likely. I created Vega Force 1 based on what I learned from it. But I lack the scientific prowess to reverse engineer every aspect of it. It's difficult to believe that this mechanized soldier was made over 900 years ago. There's something even you couldn't recreate? Its power source. In the past, they had a power source that would upend the modern ideas of what's possible. Dude, you can literally power Frankie with cola. There's crazy devil fruits out there. Like, if they were aware of NLs, even getting Sabos and using using the fire there. And there's no way for them to recreate the power source. Well, at any rate, it's good to know Luffy and the others are okay. I got something in my eye. Damn chat. Who's that girl, though? That's Jewelry Bonnie. She's a pirate. I thought the one we saw before was a little girl. And the way Vegapunk's head works is crazy. I truly did a terrible thing to Bonnie. Yeah, you should get down and beg her for forgiveness, old man. You young dolt, like you know anything about it. There's... not... There's something I have to give her. It's going to be the last will and testament of Kuma. I can feel that. It's going to be Kuma's last message to his daughter. No, I can feel that. I'm already getting fucking emotional thinking about that. Regardless, I feel like fate brought you here today, Straw Hat. Please, can you take me away from Egghead? Yo! Vegapunk? Vegapunk for Straw Hat? Ebenezer, the fire is hot, my friend! Woo! Oh. I called this shit last week! Yo. One of the giant mechs is down. This is Cypherpole. We're requesting entry to Egghead Port. What poorly trained pets? Reports indicate that Jewelry Bonnie was spotted making her way here too. That pest keeps slipping away from us. She served her purpose. Let's just terminate her on sight. What's about her purpose was just to be leverage against Kuma. And that leans in with what Vegapunk was just saying on the same page, or the page above it, sorry, about how he's got to tell her something special. And like I said, it's going to be the last will and testament to Kuma. And it's going to be like, it's alright, this is what I wanted. I needed to do this for something special. Yo, but they took one of those giant robot Seekings down pretty damn quick. And they've got a decent force here. They've got Lucci, Stussy, Kaku, and finally we get to see Seraphim Kuma with the actual white hair. With the actual white hair. Oh, there's more. Shaka, there's a government ship. It'd be bad if they found us harboring pirates. What does CP0 want with us? And why did they bring Rob Lucci? I say we just hand this riffraff over. After all, that Lucci fellow is an assassin, right? Yo, the crew! What, Rob Lucci? Hey, hurry up and give us our legs back. No, that guy's still around. You can't let him in. Don't you worry, Robin Chuan. I'll protect you no matter how many times he comes back. And Robin's just like, tell them to hand over the Seraphim and leave. We're declining their request to dock. Huh? I doubt agents of the world government will respond well to that, so prepare for battle. Yo, we're going over to the Kamabaka Kingdom! Kamabaka Grand Line. Dragon Son. Kuma is acting weird. Kuma-san. Wait. We're trying to repair you. Yo, what the fuck? Kuma-san, what's wrong? Is he still being controlled by the Navy? Yo, look at this man! Kuma pre-time skip was freaking mortifying. Terrifying. In almost every panel, he looked menacing as fuck. This brings that all back here. Him towering over everyone. Like, this man is huge. Kuma-san, where are you going? Yo, and he gets up and he starts running. You're in no state to be moving like that. You're still not yourself. What's with him? I don't know, huh? Kuma. Kuma-san, come back. Talk to us, Kuma. Where do you want to go so bad? Stay with us. We are not done fighting. The revolutionary army is just getting started. A mad dash to where? There's a break next to it. Yo, the color version of the color spread looks good. That goes hard. Okay, wait. If all the Seraphim are linked, whether it's to Punk Records themselves, or just like share an information network in some capacity? Because this Kuma here, he seems like he's trying to get up and go save Bonnie from Rob Lucci. Because Lucci, with Kuma there, the Kuma Seraphim there, Lucci talks about killing Bonnie. Then we talk about Rob Lucci a bit more, and then it cuts to Kuma getting up and sprinting over. And he trips over, the poor man. Yo, what a chapter. This was an absolute fire chapter. Unfortunately, though, I will say, I do not have a lot of time tonight to go over this chapter, but I will be doing the discussion video over the weekend for this chapter. So, chat, if you've got any questions, send them through now, punch them through to me, alright? I'm just going to go over the chapter once or twice. So far out, the whole top half of this island is his brain. Then what's the floating stuff around it? Interesting. Interesting. And he specifically shows before, so it's not the hanger. He actually shows before Punk Records. It's the top half of the egg is his brain. Could this be how the story of, like, One Piece itself ends up getting transmitted at the end of the story? Spinal fluid? Glitter. Come on. What's the spinal fluid about? Let me know. Quick prediction, spinal fluid. Or cerebral fluid. What do you mean by that? What do you think of the character development of Bonnie so far? I think it's masterful. Honestly, I rock with Bonnie. Honestly, I actually really find Bonnie interesting. And, like, I mean, Oda doing the typical Oda thing with her being afraid of bugs. But I like how she's just, like, unlike a lot of other people, she may goof around, but when she wants to, she just fucking cuts to the point. You know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing that she did with Zoro, pre-time skip, and Sabaody. I like it. I really am enjoying Bonnie here, and I think she's going to get really emotional, because like I said, I think what's going to happen is that Kuma, at the end, is either going to show up, or that's where Bonnie's going to head after this arc. She's going to head to the Revolutionaries, because Vegapunk's going to tell her Kuma's personal last will and testament, and even if that means that they can revive actual Kuma. But the reason why I don't necessarily think they can revive actual Kuma is because Kuma specifically said to Luffy pre-time skip, this is the last time we will ever meet. I'm asking your predictions for the next chapter as to what's around the island. If the top part's his brain, the liquid around it could be brain juice. Oh god, that would be beautifully silly. Beautifully One Piece. Also, Momo's devil fruit is just kind of devil fruit but pink. That's it. Some bullshit. It's right, but some bullshit. Momo about to pull out some Kaido shit soon. I'm just saying. Also, I'm going to need to go back and read a bit of Fishman Island about see if there's any hints around the 200 years ago when the Fishmen were declared part of the world government. Because I feel like a little bit of that was talked around the Reverie and Fishman Island, but I can't really remember much on it, in all honesty. And like I said before, this panel here where he's talking about the ancient robot, it reminds me a lot of one in Punk Hazard. Still, did we get what Shaka was wanting to show the, like, show the Straw Hats? Was it just the ancient giant, like, that he was trying to keep them all up to date? Like, the other part of, like, the Luffy gang? Or is there something else he's about to show them next chapter? Because I don't know if this has a payoff or not. Anyway. The fact that Vegapunk's asking him to leave with them, I actually kind of think it would be really interesting if Vegapunk was with us to guide us to Elbaf and then came with us to Laugh Tale. Because one, he could constantly update us on really important information from around the world, sort of what Jinbei and Robin tend to do. But he could also be sort of linked into a network where he could keep tabs on what's going on around the world. And more specifically, if he finds out the information about the Void Sentry himself, and he makes that public record by the end of the series, that could be the narrator for One Piece. Considering if you go back and read One Piece, it sounds like it's being told from a narrator's perspective in the past. Which I think would be really interesting. I'm not going to lie. As for CP0 showing up, I mean, shit, we've been... I called it last week that I felt like they were going to show up here to end this week off. As for Kuma, though, I don't know if Kuma's going to make it here or not. But I think he was coming here to save Bonnie from them. Because one of the directives he might be left with is to protect the Straw Hats and to protect Bonnie. But yo, Dragon has never looked so much like Luffy in his life. This is the most emotion we've seen on Dragon's face, isn't it? Man, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. That being said, I'm going to wrap the stream up here, right? We're going to come back over the weekend, do the discussion in a bit more depth than that. I haven't decided when, but if you want to be aware of when, like I said at the beginning of the video, check out the link tree in the description down below to talk anything anime and manga related in the Discord. Also, check out all the other social medias like the Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. Check out all that good shit. If you haven't done so already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for more notifications, like the discussion when it comes around. And hopefully, now that I'm feeling a little bit better, and when I get fully better, I'll be able to do a shit ton more content, because I know as of lately, my health has been up and down, and unfortunately, it's made the content suffer, but I really appreciate everyone hanging out and still keeping up to date with it. That being said, this was chapter 1067 of One Piece. Peace, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Until the next video or until the next chapter, whatever it is you're here for, nothing but love, nothing but respect. Have a damn good day. Good night.